So it's the 4th of July. I just got back from the beach, and in order to keep up the seaside vibes, I figured I'd cook some Irish food. Yeah, so join me. So I've got my oven preheated to 250 just to keep it nice and warm. I've got a pot of water at a rolling boil. Now this is a lobster dish, and I've got right here a lobster tail. Luckily, thank God, my supermarket did not have whole lobster, live lobster, because, well, A, I wouldn't have been able to eat a whole lobster, and B, I would have had to kill a whole lobster, which I was not prepared to do on this show. Yet, that freaks me out. Anyway, 2 minutes into the boiling water. Make sure it's submerged. Get in there. Ooh, it's getting nice and red already. Already. Get it? Get it? Because red, you know. All right, that's 2 minutes. So we're gonna take this out of the water and blast it under cold water to cool it right off. We just wanted to parboil that, I guess, just to separate it from the shell, make it easier to handle for our next stage. So make sure this is gonna be cool to the touch, and it is. So now that it's cool enough to touch, with a clean pair of cooking shears, I'm going to go along the edges of the shell, and careful not to destroy it because we want to save it for presentation purposes. Don't cut off the tail itself. Fin, I guess you'd call it. Right off, just like a shrimp. All right, nice. Now, just gently remove all of that meat from the shell. Some segments seem to be sticking a little bit, but that's all right. Just go gently and easily. There's a little bit in the tail itself. Okay, so save this. And we're gonna throw that in into our oven that we've been warming. So that'll keep the shell nice and toasty and probably dry it off a little bit. And with this meat, we're going to cut it into bite-sized morsels. All right, now it's time to build the sauce. So I've got my pan over medium-high heat. I've got about 3 tablespoons of butter. That's maybe 50 grams, I guess. I don't know the conversion. Just enough butter. A knob, as they say. It may seem like a lot, but this recipe did call for an entire lobster. So if you're using a whole lobster, go ahead and use these exact ratios rather than adjusting. All right, I'm gonna add my onion. Saute that until it's nice and soft. All right, to that I'm gonna add our lobster. And it looks like a very small amount here, but that's all right. We're building the sauce around the lobster. So right now we just wanna cook it through. Then we're gonna remove the lobster and finish the sauce on its own and then dump that on top. So don't worry about how this looks. Now Ireland, I was trying to help you with your image by cooking a dish that doesn't contain any potatoes, but unfortunately this one contains whiskey. So I guess there's no luck there. So I'm gonna pour this whiskey, this is a flambé by the way, so now starts the fun. I'm gonna pour this whiskey into a metal ladle, and let's see if we can light this. I'm gonna kill the lights. Haha! It is on fire. Now we're gonna pour that on top of there. Back my camera up a little bit. And there we go. That's how you flambe, guys. All right, this is looking good and smelling good because of that whiskey. Oh my God. You know, that burns off a little bit of the alcohol content, but probably not all of it. All right, now we're gonna get on with the rest of our ingredients. So this is 125 mils of heavy cream. So that'll go in on top. I've got a teaspoon of lemon juice, a teaspoon of English mustard, some fiery stuff, so don't overdo it, and some pepper, some salt. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop out the lobster and some of the onions. And you can see that the oven did a nice job at drying the shell so that the segments are no longer. All right, so let's reduce that sauce. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit because it's kind of boiling. And then we'll be ready to plate the dish. So this is about the highest brow thing that I've eaten on this show so far. I think it's a more modern invention, thusly named for the reason that Dublin lawyers are loaded in two ways. Loaded being rich, it's a very rich dish, and loaded full of sauce, the drinking kind. So let's dig in. That is really good. Really. It's got, you saw how much butter was in there, and the cream. The whiskey, like kind of adds an earthy kind of note to it, but the alcohol really isn't there. I'd say similar to a Alfredo sauce. In terms of consistency and a little bit of flavor. Yeah, this is without a doubt classy cuisine. And this is watercress, and it really balances out the flavor a lot. It's got a little, it's like halfway between spinach and arugula, so that slightly peppery note works with that creaminess to really, yeah, balance things out nicely. I mean, this took me maybe an hour, if that, probably not. So make this. Go and buy the ingredients and make this and eat it. So that's Dublin Lawyer, Irish lobster in whiskey cream sauce. If you liked watching this, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos in the future, beamed directly into your inbox, then hit that subscribe button up there. And if you have food from your home country that you'd like to see me attempt to prepare on this show, then leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.